Hello, and welcome back to the In My Thoughts podcast, episode 26. I made 26 of these, and this one's going to be kind of interesting for me. Maybe not to y'all because it's just like some regular probably for y'all, but for me, today's going to be, let me just say it's interesting. For my 26th episode, I want to talk about, so I just had a birthday 2 days ago. Today's the 12th, so August 10th, I turned 25. And I'm not really a big dude on birthdays, just in general. I don't really do a lot to celebrate. I always just think of a lot of stuff when it comes to my birthday. I don't really have a positive connotation when it comes to my birthday. Nothing really, like, it's not that I hate my birthday or anything like that. I sometimes talk like I hate it or anything like that. But sometimes, I just don't, it's not a big deal to me. I just really go about my day. I don't really try to get like a whole celebration or anything like that to happen or anything. The most I might do dinner with my friends, my homies and stuff like that. I'm not really one to be like, hey, let's go out. Let's go XYZ. Let's do this. Like, one thing that I really stopped doing, like back in the day, I used to want to like bring everybody to like an amusement park or just have a group outing and stuff like that. And the more I get older, I'm kind of off that. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my friends to death, but I don't want to use my birthday to make people spend money. That's not really my deal. Because sometimes people want to give me a gift, and then also I'll be like, hey, let's go to an amusement park. And yeah, everybody might be down with it and ready to go and stuff like that. But the ticket to the amusement park is like $70, $80, food. Like I said, some people try and give me a gift. That gets expensive. I'm not, like, even though my friends probably can take care of that and probably will want to do something like that. Me personally, my birthday is not that important to me to have an outing like that anymore. Like I said, I've done it before and I've enjoyed it, but I'm never really going to ask people for my birthday, let's all spend a whole bunch of money. That's not really my thing. But with me being a year older, like, don't get me wrong, I feel the same. Like, I don't feel no different. I feel as though after probably like 14, 15, I stopped feeling different. I stopped feeling older. Yeah, of course, when I came 16, I was able to get a driver's license. When I became 18, I'm actually an adult. I can vote and do certain things. 21, of course, is the drinking age. And but even though I was like getting older and I was able to do more things as I got older, nothing really stepped to me as like oh my God, it's my birthday again, so I can, like, that was never really my thing. I like I said, I stopped celebrating my birthday, honestly, around like 14, 15 when it came to actually doing stuff. Now, a couple of years ago, I asked a lot of my friends, like I said, we all went to the amusement park, that's why I gave the example, and that was a blast, like, that was really dope, but I'm not really one to be asking that anymore, especially now in my life. But the one thing, like, everybody was saying, like, yo, Rob, you're an old man and stuff like that. And of course, I'm not. I'm 25. But I am getting older. And I think a lot of things about me getting older. Like, for real, it didn't hit me that I was older until I got to work. I went to work on my birthday. Like I said, I don't do much. I rather go to work and just, like, enjoy my day that way. I know I'm probably corny saying I want to enjoy my day at work. But, that's my thing. So I went to work. And everybody's like, happy birthday, of course. And everybody was nice about it. And everybody's like, how old I am, X, Y, Z. But one of my coworkers said, like, yo, you're 30. And I was like, Dad, don't give me the 30 mark yet. I'm 25. But they was like, but you're on the other side of your 20s. Like 0 to 4. And then you got 4 to 10. And I was like, yo, I'm on the other side of my 20s. Like, I'm on the other side. And when I thought of it like that, I was just like, dag, I'm old. Not, like I said, I know I'm only 25, but I do feel like, looking at it like that, I felt like I was a little old in that aspect. But like I said, I know I'm still young. I know I got a lot to learn. I still got a lot of stuff to do. But in that aspect, I did feel old. And I was just like, yo, Rob, with you having another birthday, you got to lay some stuff out. You got to realize a couple of things about yourself. You got to realize some things that you need to work on, X, Y, Z. And I know in a couple of older episodes I've talked about certain things, but it's just some clarity that I've had, and within the last couple of days. So like, I was gonna drop this episode on Saturday because it was my birthday, but I had a nice conversation with somebody on my birthday, so I kind of prolonged it because I wanted to like address a couple of things on here. And then I had another conversation and another conversation. So that's why it's taking me so long to make episode 26. Because it's just like, there's some, like every single day, I think from like maybe like the 9th to now, it's like I had a conversation or I had clarity on something. So I was like, let me prolong it so I can make sure I jot this down. Like I said, whenever I make an episode, I usually get on my pad and I just kind of write it all out, say what I want to say first, how I want to say it, what, like this, like I said, this podcast isn't really... It's really up in the air, but I do try to have some sort of structure, even though it might not feel like it sometimes. But the one thing, I don't want to, like I said, one thing I really want to get out of, I really want to, get out of being negative, like, negative towards myself. Like, I know a lot of times I always talk about myself and the things that I want to work on, because I never want to make it seem like I'm perfect. Never do I ever want to feel like I'm perfect. I never want to feel like I got it together, because believe me, I don't. And the one thing is that I always felt, another reason why I never celebrate my birthday, I always felt like I didn't deserve it, I guess, to a degree. Like, it's kind of the same reason why I don't really take vacations that often. I look at it like this, me personally, is like, you work all year to get a vacation. A lot of people take their vacations in the summer, but I look at it like, okay, if I didn't work hard enough all year, at least to not to the gratitude, but at least to, if I didn't work hard enough, I don't feel like I deserve a vacation. That's me personally. So when summer comes up, I'm still working. And I know that mentality might be crazy, because sometimes I know for me, when am I ever going to get a vacation? 'Cause I'm never going to feel like I've done enough. I always feel lazy for some reason. I always feel like I could have done more. So it's like, when will I ever sit down and chill if I never feel like I deserve it? And I really do want to get out of that, even though I know for some people they might just say, well, just work hard enough. But like, what is necessarily working hard enough? Is like, I always have a new idea. I always have new things I want to accomplish. There's always something that, unfortunately, I don't accomplish that I want to. So it's like, when am I really going to feel time to be like, okay, Rob, you deserve the rest, and you deserve to just have fun and maybe spend a little extra money just for you to have some memories to create. And I was talking to my dad. My dad came into my room in the morning. He was asking me, he's like, you're going to go to work? I was like, yeah. And he was like, on your birthday? And I was like, yeah, you already know me, Dad. Like, I'm not going to do nothing really. I just want to chill and just like go to work. And anyway, I went to New York the weekend prior, so it's like I needed to get some of that money back and stuff like that. But the one thing, me and my dad always hits me with you're a man now, money, get a house, kids, family. He always hit me with that. He always wants me to be thinking about the future and stuff like that. And I do appreciate it, even though sometimes it's a little drawing to hear that every single time I talk to my dad. But the man means well, so I'm not tripping at all. But the one thing he did tell me that I already knew, but it's interesting. Like, it's cool that someone else is saying that. He was telling me to like, just to create memories. He always talks about sometimes that he worked too hard when we were growing up and stuff like that, because he wasn't there for certain things. Now, my dad was in the military, so certain times he had to stay up or he had to go away for maybe like a month for like a couple weeks or something like that. I know at least during the week, twice a week, he had to stay at work overnight because of whatever he was doing at the time. I honestly don't know. I was too young to even really ask about it. But he always talked about how he was telling me how he was just like, yo, I worked so much to get where we're at, but I feel as though sometimes I work too much and I missed out on certain things. So he was telling me to create memories for myself. He was telling me that at my age is that you're only going to be 25 once. So no matter what you do, make sure you have fun at your time. Of course, you need to get on your stuff and make sure you prosper in any way you know how, but also make memories. Hang out with my friends, make sure that I have experiences that I can live with. Sometimes he feels like he didn't get a chance to do certain things because he worked so hard. So a lot of the opportunities he had to have fun, he just skipped out on or just said, nah, I'm cool, and let the homies go. Oh, real quick, shout out to my my Leo bros. I got a couple Leo bros, especially within basically the same week as me, only a couple days apart. So shout out to my brothers for sure, and I hope they have great birthdays as well. They kind of like me, so I don't know if they really gonna be doing much. I know the homie birthday was on the 6th, and I know he said that he was just going to work like I was. But shout outs to them for sure. But getting back to what my dad was telling me, he was just like, "Yo, Rob, remember that you only live once. You're only 25 once, and remember to make memories." And I would be thinking about that because I'd be seeing, like, of course, on social media, people be going out doing certain things, going to different traveling XYZ, and I'm just like, sometimes just too much of a homebody. And because I'm always thinking about money and saving money and stuff like that, I don't really spend money when it comes to having an experience. I'll spend some money, don't get me wrong. I'll buy some stuff, but when it comes to actually spending money to have an experience, I don't do that often. I always feel as though it's like, I'll just catch the next one, or maybe there'll be something even better in the future, so maybe I don't need this one right now. And who knows how long we're going to be here on this earth. So creating memories, that was the conversation me and my dad was on for a little bit before work. And I would, like I said, of course that came with the whole, you're getting older now, get the money right, wife, kids, XYZ. But that little part about creating memories, I drew that out the most because, like I said, we've had that money conversation. We had that money conversation damn near every day. But actually coming to talk about creating memories, like I said, something that I knew. But to hear my dad say it is different because we don't really get into that conversation and stuff like that. And then I was talking to my friend Everett, and he was telling me one thing. He was like, "Listen, you're 25, and I know you might feel like you don't got it all the way, but you have another year to get it right." And I was like, you know what, you're right. And of course, like I said, these might not be important when you hear it, but to me, it just hit me different because it's all stuff I just be thinking about. But when he told me that, I was just like, Rob, you do got another year. Not saying that last year was a failure, not at all, but it's just that you do have more time to get it right. You have more time to try new things, have new experiences. You have time. And knowing that I have time is great, but having someone tell me that, it just hits you a little different. And then I was also having a conversation with my assistant store manager, and he was throwing out the same sentiment. He was just like, "Yo, Rob, you're young. This isn't you." Like, he knows that where I'm at in life is like something I'm not necessarily happy with all the time. But he would tell me, he was like, "Yo, Rob, you're young. You have time. We know that he'll tell me that I'm destined for greatness in XYZ." And that's great to say. He might see it. I don't, but like, at least not yet. I feel like I have potential, but of course I can only shape my own potential. But he was telling me, it's just like, "Yo, Rob, you're young. You have time. Keep creating. Keep doing what you feel. Because at the end of the day, it's going to come out and it's going to work out in the end." And it's just great to hear just different words from different people, just encourage me to continue and stuff like that. So shout outs to the people who I talked to in the last couple of days. It just put me in better spirits because, like I said, my birthday is never really like, I don't want to say it's not a happy moment, but it's nothing I really think about too much. So those conversations I was having helped me just get into a better mind state about stuff. So when I was thinking about this podcast, I wanted to like jot down like some goals and stuff like that for myself. And I was like, what do I really want to do? Now, of course, you always got the usual stuff. You got to save money, stop throwing money away on XYZ, pay some debt off, credit cards, XYZ, find a new job, all the boring stuff that you just know to do on the daily and stuff like that. But the one thing I really have to do, I have to travel. I need to see other things. Like, I don't know if I told y'all, but I've never left the surrounding states. That means New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Maryland. Am I missing Jersey? I don't think I'm missing anything. I think that's really it. And I was talking to my coworker. She's 17. She's like, "Man, I've seen Dominican Republic. I've seen Florida. I've seen California. I think she said Hawaii, but don't quote me on that. But just like islands and stuff like that." And I'm like, at such a young age, I'm like, I haven't left nowhere, let alone go to the islands. And I'm not saying I'm going to the islands, but I'm saying that I need to get up out of here. I need to go see some other stuff. And also, I think sometimes when I have like creative blocks, it's because I'm I'm in the same atmosphere. I'm in the same environment all the time. So sometimes my mind doesn't go where I think it could go if I left. Like when I was in New York, like I said, I've been to New York, but I thought of like 2 ideas. I was like, I'm gonna hold on to these. And like I said, I don't know if that's because I left my area and I just saw different scenery. But whenever I do see different scenery, like I said, doesn't happen often. But I think that there's some sort of correlation when it comes to that. It has to be. So I really want to travel. I want to see different aspects of life. Like I always said, I want to go see Japan because that just looks like not necessarily a 180, but it just looks different. I want to see Europe. I want to see Africa. I just want to travel around. I want to see different sites and stuff like that. I want to know. I want to see why life is just different in other ways, in other places and stuff like that. And also, I want to just do more activities. Like I said, just like concerts, right? I'm still mad at myself. I missed the Drake concert last year. Drake is probably my favorite artist. Well, not probably. Drake is my favorite artist right now, and I still haven't seen him in a concert. And the Drake show last year it looked like the concert to be at. Mad at my homies went. A lot of people I knew went, and I'm at the crib and I'm like, yo, why? This is Drake. Why didn't I go see the Drake concert? I missed out on the Kendrick concert that I really wanted to see. I skipped Kanye. I skipped Chance. Like I be skipping mad people that I love to death. So I gotta see some concerts. I know next month I'm seeing Chris. I've seen Chris once already, but like I said, y'all know I love the album, so I gotta go see Chris again for this joint. And just like anything, really, just to get off of that, I want to start going to what are those joints called? I had them in my head before I started this podcast episode. I want to just not like I don't know no, I'm just gonna say I want to see, like, I want to go to people who are just talking. Like I want to go to like networking parties. I want to go to I guess where people, I forget the name of this joint. All right, so basically, long story short, people that I like, I want to be in the audience. I want to just hear them talk about shit. Like, basically, that's what I'm saying. TED Talk, I don't know what you want to call it, but basically, I want to just listen to other people's perspective and people that I really admire, stuff like that. Like, I don't know if I ever said, but I'm a big Gary Vee fan. That's someone I want to meet in life one day. I want to have a conversation with them, or at least go to one of their events just to hear them talk. A lot of hip-hop heads I want to see talk. Just activities like that help me learn and help me get my mind going and stuff like that. That's some other stuff I really want to do. And last but not least, I do this podcast, and I love doing this podcast, but I have a lot of ideas I really want to share and stuff like that, and I really want to start working on. So last night, I think it was like maybe 11 at night, I'm dead tired, but my mind was going for some reason. I'm yawning like a mug, but my mind is just like on fire. Just like, yo, Rob, you should do this. You need to do that. You got to take over now. Rob, you're 25. If there's any time to take over, it's now. Because at the end of the day, when you're getting older, new responsibilities come up, X, Y, Z. How can you take over year 25 of your life? So I was thinking about it, and like I said, I don't want to say too much because I don't know who's listening, and I don't trust people like that, and y'all can't steal the sauce. But this is just me. Rob Rudolph is not just a podcast, and the ideas are flowing. So for anybody who thinks I'm just going to be doing these episodes and stuff like that, that's definitely not the case. I've been working in the background for a long time on a couple things, and eventually I'm going to tell y'all, but it's not the right time. But no matter what, I'm not just going to be just a podcast. I don't want to just be in my thoughts. And that's the only thing that when you type in Robert Rudolph, that's the only thing that comes up. Don't get me wrong. This is my baby. I love doing this, but I have ideas. And especially in the next couple months, I'm going to show y'all a little something. Like I said, little something, nothing too crazy. But I'm going to let y'all know that this is not just a podcast. So that's why, that's kind of goes into like the networking thing, because I do want to, how can I create, like, don't get me wrong, I do my thing, love it, but how can I become a bigger brand? What is the branding steps? Like I said, I have ideas on it, but I don't necessarily know what I want to do. So one of these days, probably Wednesday, I have a couple of things to do. I'm just going to sit down and jot down how can I become bigger than what I am now. Don't get me wrong, I'm not big at all, but what can I do to take this to the next level, stuff like that. And no matter what, I'm not just trying to be a podcast. I want to get it to the point that I want my name on everything. I want to have a barbershop. I want a grocery store. I want a building like Robert Rudolph. How can I make Robert Rudolph on everything? How can I create so much to the point that you can't go out the house without seeing my name? Now, I'm not trying to monopolize or anything like that. I'm just talking about the aspect of how can I create that. But that's just, like I said, my mind's just been going a lot recently when it comes to the whole, to this whole becoming 25 and everything like that. And I just wanted to tell y'all, is like, for the people who just started listening to me recently, since I started re-upping on my episodes, I just wanted to tell y'all, I said thank you. I want anybody who hear this for the first time, thank you for checking me out, even if you didn't like it. I appreciate it. And anybody who's coming back from my old stuff and fell off because I fell off, and you hear it, I appreciate you. And I'm 25 now, so it's time to get to work. But I think that's really all I wanted to talk about today. Like I said, it might not, I've waited longer to do this episode, and it might not be nothing too saucy for y'all, but for me, I felt as though after talking to people and after getting my thoughts together, that's the reason why it took me a little longer to make this episode. But I believe that is it. So for anybody who hears this episode for the first time and listening to me for the first time, or people who just found my podcast, or for the people who just, I don't know, y'all know what I'm getting at. I'm signing off, basically. So no matter what, just realize that your thoughts are... What the? See, hold up. Time out. Because, see, I want to get it right. I remember I did an episode and I trashed my little sign-off joint. And I ain't trying to do that no more. I'm trying to get this joint to stick. So, to anybody who regularly listens to my podcast, or for people who just stumble on my podcast for the first time, remember that your thoughts are your thoughts. And they're as important as anyone else's. And no one can tell you how to feel. And also, I'm going to add this to it. Let me add a little something. No matter what, if you're a creator, keep creating and drop your shit. No matter what time of the day, no matter when it's ready, just drop it. Because you never want to hold on to no projects. You don't want to hold on to no content, and just keep it in the flash drive, keep it in the hard drive. Anywhere you got, no matter if you taking the time to make it, drop your content. I'm going to put that on a shirt one day, and we're going to be rocking that. That's going to be our little slogan. Drop your shit, no matter what it is. But I appreciate for anybody listening. And until the next time, I'm out. This is Rob from the In My Thoughts podcast. I hope everybody has a great day.